Hello, this is Philip from London Runs and Photo Routes. Today I'm going to take you on a tour around Covent Garden, but this is a 360-degree tour that I've got here, so we can see that looking down towards the City of London here and towards Leicester Square over here. But I'm going to take you along a tour down to Covent Garden, and this is a normal start place for these types of tours. What we have is I can show you what the run, if you were going to do a run in this particular area, what the route would look like. So when you see the video runs, there's two here, a quick preview what that might be like. So this is an audio view of how this may look, which you can obviously wire out. But it starts from here and it goes into hyperlapse video, and it will just take you, in this particular run, it will take you all the way through Covent Garden and down to Trafalgar Square. But the idea is that if you want to see where you're going before you start anywhere, you can have a quick tour of the video first. Then what you'll also see is in this whole series we've got a whole range of maps. So we're in Covent Garden just about here, and we're just going to do this circular tour here, but we also have one which will take you around to Trafalgar Square, or down to Leicester Square and Piccadilly, around Soho, Chinatown, and then up eventually towards Oxford Street. So there's going to be lots there for you to see. If you wanted to know a bit more about what I do in London Runs and Photo Routes, just click on here, and then there's a clip onto my website. But what we're really about is just showing London visually, as you can see. So the tour I'm going to take you around is into Covent Garden. And Covent Garden, as I start to pop down to the first plus and in here, down towards the Nag's Head, there's two pubs around here, and Covent Garden has, well, since about 1600s, been the main first centre of entertainment from outside the city walls. And I really like it because it's such an eclectic mix of food. It's got markets, there's theatres nearby, there's street entertainments, some great pubs and bars, and there's also museums, and good museums for people like me. Well, there's a James Bond museum, and there's also a transport museum, so anything to do with transport is good. And it's a good atmosphere, and there are musics and going on in and around the area. Fantastic if you want to just get a great view of what entertainment is like. If you get to the bottom of this particular street, St James's Street, this is where we've just come from, you're in the heart of Covent Garden, and Covent Garden's really been there, well, it started the piazza. It has a great history. It's been there since about 1630. You can see it's quite a wide sort of structure here. This was actually built in around about 1830. This was actually constructed. Beforehand, it was just a plaza. If we go up here down towards, again, some great shops behind us, but we just come from here down into the plaza itself. You see the market itself. When this was first installed here, it was in fact a market originally for the convent, really, going down towards Westminster Abbey. But it was taken over by Bedford, who built a house just round about there. But he also built St Paul's Church, not St Paul's Cathedral, but it was built roughly about the same time. And it's actually called the Actors' Church, and you also see there's lots of things going all around in here in terms of entertainment. If we just pop into Covent Garden itself and Piazza, this is very quiet, but on a normal day you'll actually see that this particular part in here is all full of markets, and there's lots of shops to see in here. If we pop back out again and go into the other part, very interesting here, there's a pub called Punch and Judy. But inside this particular area here, there is, we've just come from in here, Punch and Judy. This is called Punch and Judy because in around in the 1660s, it was the first place that Punch and Judy was actually shown by an Italian. So there we are. That's we all think it's British, but it comes from Italian. Just popping around in here, just going to the edge of this square. So we've just come from down in here. I'm just going to head off down towards this side of here. Just a point of note, down here is the Strand and Covent Garden, and at one point that used to be where the river used to sort of tend to stop, but before they built the embankment. We go past here to a transport museum, which is just here. Great place for the kids. And then we're just going to do a bit of a dog leg here. We have to basically come down in here and turn right. The James Bond Museum, Motion Museum is just here, which is a brilliant place. Turning right onto up here will bring you to the Royal Opera House, which has been around since about, well, there's been several opera houses in this particular location, but this one dates back from 1858, something around that sort of period. Hasn't really changed too much in terms of architecturally. It's still actually a bit whiter than it was in those days, as a new addition to it. And then we're just going to pop around in here. There's a sort of bit more information on the history of the place. This is a picture of what it used to look like in 1558. You had it somewhere. And then if we actually go down towards Bow Court, there's some good places to look at. Telephone boxes, which is the guy who designed this apparently was the same guy who did the tube map. Is the first version of those. So he's claim to fame. Now we would have come out, if we follow that particular path, we would have come out this little post in here, and then we can just end up wandering back to the start of the particular tour and heading back towards Covent Garden where we started. So I hope you enjoyed that very quick whistle-top tour, and I no doubt we'll see you again on the next tour. If you are interested, you can always just pop down here and have a quick look. I'm going to start it again, have a look at what the run down towards Covent Garden, Leicester Square was like. You didn't find it very amusing and very interesting. Cheers, bye-bye.